Sinibingelele siphinde sinamukele kwi-podcast. This is your boy T to the PLS Sbonelo post the CEO himself. So today I have a special guest. Ngicabanga ukuthi khona into kumele i-address ku-channel. Sinama followers or ama subscribers amaningi esiwathole ngokuthi besenza i-awareness of substance abuse, but then sathi angeke sikwazi ukuthi limit lapho, then sizo-eda nezinye zezinto. So namhlanje i-guest yethu again umuntu osebenzisa ama-drugs but umunye womuntu prominent, so kunezinto eziningi esizoyifunda kuyena. So with no further ado, ngizothanda ukuthi ngimnikeze ithuba lokuthi abingelele phinde futhi azazise. So cela ukuthi usitshele ukuthi ubani, uphuma phi and futhi uhlala phi.
Ngibingelele babukeli. Igama lami nguSbonelo. NgwakwaNgcobo isibongo, ngiphinde ngisebenzise Luvuno. I will explain that some other day because this is not the time and moment. I'm actually born, bred and battered in Full Trust. Ngihlala khona la Full Trust eVukuzakhe extension 1, house number 2295. Segas.
Ngijabulele ukuthi usijoyine kuhlelo lethu i-podcast. Kule hlelo sikhuluma ngezinto eziningi, ngicela nje ukuthi ukhululeke, ungazilimiti nge-information onayo ukuthi uyishare kwabanye abantu. But before siqhubeka ngicela ukuthi sibuyele back to indabuko yakho or lapho ukhule khona ukuthi ukhulele kuphi, isimo nje mangabe ukhule ekhaya besinjani na futhi isikole usame kuphi.
Yeah, I should call you Julius Malem. Well, like I said, ngazalelwa la eGas.
Okay.
So vele khulele Duduza, ngazalelwa eMadetini Duduza. So I started isikolo ePhembindlela.
Okay.
You know, one of your guests what isikolo sabantu abasilu, I have no idea what it meant by that. Kodwa ke I started ePhembindlela. You know, I studied ePhembindlela. That was my primary schooling. And then I went to higher primary in Dhoo, and then from there I went to Elawane, which is a secondary school. Yeah, and then that's where I completed my matric. Way back when we were still young. So after that, I went to Emajuba College in the ITB campus. That's where I did my first diploma. I did in business management. So that was the first academic qualification that I had. So yeah, basically that's it about my background. And then you spoke of how was the upbringing and everything. I don't want to lie to you, bro. Be good rough. Like I said, and then
you were raised by like both parents or single parent with your siblings, or you were just like
that one is deep. Anyway, it's actually both parents, right?
Okay,
because
right.
We started with Go. The time of the Kaya was also we started in the same household. And then from there we moved out. I went South Lake Extension 1. That was back in 1991.
Okay.
Then so we moved to Extension 1. We started cooking, bro. We started cooking magnetism vula, and stuff. So it was that bad. It was that bad. And my mother was a hustler. My mother still is a hustler. My mother was working in Mapoti in Newcastle. There's a factory called Allwell, like two uniform scale. So from that time, before she went there, was got a Sparagankunda in Charlestown. There was a big factory in Charlestown which actually ensured the economy. The second class was sustainable.
Okay.
Unfortunately enough, for Bufagwai, that's the reason why we have also perished economically as the foreign class. Is because that place they got the absorber. So I spanned out, making sure we look like other kids. We go to school, we dressed up, we clothed. About pattern is covered, scale. So basically, in my upbringing, it's all jabbing we only. I don't want to lie. In time I will spend a grant, spend a transnet, but he spent most of his time in job. So he would hardly come home. So we didn't have that much connection at the time. Maramaya figure, when Christmas, when we help. Okay, we want to let Marame figure, hey, it's come taking the city's card. So yeah, that's just about it.
All right, no. Sisithanda ukuthi siyenze a background check before siqhubeka, because most of my viewers, they would like to know more about like ama guests esiwaphathayo ukuthi ubani uphuma phi izinto ezifana nalezo, right?
I get you.
Yeah. Akusitshele la sinenkinga when it comes to izinto zama drugs. of which zinomthelela omkhulu kuyo yonke imiphakathi, wonke ama-community, societies, like banenkinga eyodwa, because uma ngathi uyabuka sekuze kwaphuma igama lokuthi amanyawube boys, amaphara, you understand? So kunaleyo yinto leyo kwindawo yangakini mhlambe lapho niphuma khona, ngabe ingakanani inani labantu abathatha idakamizwa?
Yabona, to answer that question nje ngifake imfishane. There's a lot of people taking drugs, especially among young people. Yeah. There's a lot of them. Now, there are many reasons why that is happening. You know, some would say they take drugs and substances, obviously, because it's drug and substance abuse, right?
Yeah.
Some would say they take it to escape the reality that they are living in. Some would simply take it because their friends are doing it. Some would simply do it because they think it's fun. They think they want to escape the current moment and live in an outer space that it's an unknown outer space. I've heard Uti, for those of us injectors, there's a whole lot of drugs.
Yeah.
Whatever those injectors, they feel like they're in another world. But all in all, I would personally say it's not necessarily because they want to do those things. But peer pressure is one of the main factors in the drugs. And secondly, people want to be seen as hip and happening. You find Uti, a typical example, like Uzaka Stadium.
Okay.
There are kids there, very young kids, teenagers, but each and every day. Not necessarily because they don't have anything better to do, not because they want to be special in any kind of way, but simply because their friends are there and they are smoking there. So now they feel the pressure of smoking because they'll be seen as hype and hip and happening. But if they don't do that, it's all intelligent. So we ask now, take us, So the reason why we have this outbreak, AMR drugs, is not because people cannot live without taking drugs, but it's because they want to be felt they're in the space, they're in the game. That's why you find
Unfortunately, we see now aseba-edited. And in your just to be specific, in your destroy right? Career-wise, what destroying the family-wise, relationship-wise, it destroys the daily.
Yes.
Abanye akonta bethu ngiyengaba nabo kusho bazivulela ukuthi bagene kanjani nani njengawe mhlambe before siqhubeka uke waba omunye mhlambe oba kuma substance abuse o mhlambe kuye kwaba khona okowasebenzisa before mhlambe wa test nje ukuthi how it feels like look nalokuya.
Brian, like I said, in my upbringing, it was not easy, like I said. So basically, that actually made me a better and a bigger person. Because I knew for the fact that if I am to have a life that I want to live, I had to fend for myself.
Okay.
So going into drugs was one risk I could never take. So I have never tried any, I have no wish of trying any. Yeah. Because I mean, we've got televisions, we've got social media. We see what it does to people. So why would I want to put myself in that situation? I know for a fact that exactly out there say casting cooler rough, and I need to better my life. I need to better the standard of living, not only for me but for my siblings and also my mother, who's a dear beloved of mine. Yeah. So I could not risk that, Brian. I could not. So I've never really tried any, and I'm not even envious. I'm never gonna take any.
Yeah. So like as a young person, mhlambe community, there is any program or mhlambe inhlelo engakwazi mhlambe ukuthi nincedise ngabo abantu aseba already vele kuma drugs or mhlambe mhlambe nje ama program kanjalo ngabe emphakathini wangakini khona izinto enizenzayo zokuthi mhlambe nisiza abantu asebasekwidakamizo.
You know, mawuthi emphakathini wangakithi do we have programs? I'll be very brutally honest with you. Okay. There's nothing happening. It's more like we are saying, let life just flow as it is. Whoever dies, let them die. Whoever survives, let them survive. I am saying this simply purely because there are no programs that have been happening. Okay? You find Ubuti, there are organizations that are supposed to be delivering those programs, but those programs are not happening. You've got your boys and men forums. They only exist in words, in documents, in meetings, in virtual meetings. That's where they exist, not on the ground. You
There are people they are responsible for such a thing.
Yes, there are people who are responsible for that. I mean, even Department of Social Development is responsible to ensure that they have a database of the people that are ready and willing to leave drugs. It is their responsibility to have the database of those people and then ensure that they book those people women rehabilitation centers. Now, the most unfortunate part about that, in as much as they would like to execute that those programs, but the thing is, in Mpumalanga Yonke as a whole, there's only 2 Yama rehabilitation centers, and there's a very long queue of people waiting to be admitted there. And I mean, even if yourself was a drug user and you want to quit drugs, you go to DSD, you get into the database, they still have to ensure in Nelspruit, where there's the biggest rehab center, Basas of Faga, we queue a corner. And on that very same queue, there are people already who have spent years managing the bank because there's no space.
Ay man, come on. Like in Mpumalanga, in Kulangara, there is only 2.
Only 2, bro.
And ngingahlangana naleyo nkinga leyo ngaze ngazibuza ukuthi one of wama guest esiye saba nawo uye wakhuluma ngale ndaba ukuthi uye waya ku social development. Bamtshela ukuthi kumele abe ku queue then bazomenzela zonke lezi zinto wagcina relapse, right?
Exactly.
So ngaye ngazibuza ukuthi why kanti process yakwa, because this thing is a government thing, right? Why kube nama delay angaka kuncedakala abantu abase critical situation efana nale?
I wish I had an answer for you there, but only DSD can tell us that. Because like I've already said, this is the information I got while I was still working with young people at Dr. Sbonelo municipality. Unfortunately, I'm no longer there. But I was working as a youth champion, a youth liaison champion, basically a mediator between the old age and the young people. I was basically a link for young people to opportunities. So that's how I got this information, because I was even a link to the drug users through DST. I would have a database which, okay, these are the drug users, these are the people who are ready to be initiated, and then I would talk to whoever was responsible at that time, what DST. And then that's when I got to Mutiazi. In as much as we are doing this because it's a job to do it, but at the end of the day, it gets stuck up there because there's no room. And then obviously people will relapse. I mean, you would give it your all, say, I want to quit, but if you are not getting assistance, you will relapse. You are a human being too.
No, it's kunzima, it's very kunzima.
It's very difficult.
And like, I imagine a position it's tough kangakanani. Working with abanye abantu abangekho active emsebenzini yabo, but they just they gonna get paid after that. They go home and without like helping like labantu abalapha on the ground abadinga usizo kwangempela. Like what was the challenging like nje ama challenges ukuthi usebenze nabantu abancane nabantu abadala, like what was the challenge there?
One of the biggest challenges in working with young people, young people have got this tendency of saying they know it all. That's what they think. They think they know it all. They can Google information, and then whatever is written on Google, they think it's realistic and it can happen as quick as they want it to happen. But then they fail to understand there are processes and procedures that needs to be taken. In each and every thing you do, whatever a program I might draft, it still have to be approved by my superiors. And at times they are not there, they are not available. Even if they're there, even when you try to bring our programs to them, young people, one biggest challenge that they have, you would come up with a program that is there to assist them. You call the specialist to come and speak to them. The only thing they will ask you before they attend, are we going to get paid? Are we going to eat? And when you cut the program from Suzamon, do you understand me? They've got this mentality of handouts. I think our government did that to them. They've got this mentality that everything needs to be handed over to them. They don't have to put any effort into ensuring that their lives are better and their lives are well taken care of. So that's basically the mindset that I think our young people need to change. That was the biggest challenge I've always had. I've worked there for 3 years. And trust me, there's a lot of people I've helped because they were willing to help themselves. But there are a lot of people who would say, this one has never done anything because they were not willing to help themselves. So that's why it's a two-phase or twofold thing. You give, I give. I put in an effort, you put in an effort, and the windows are possible. That's why I imagine there are whole lot of young people that I can proudly say they have made it in life simply because they wanted to. I was only there as a link. That's all I could do.
So like it seems like you was working not just for Epix Legacy but as a regional or something like that.
When you're good at what you do, you get lucky. I was actually hired to work with 4 wards, which is Ward 1, Ward 2, Ward 3, and Ward 4. That is forecast only.
Okay.
But because I love what I'm doing, I am passionate about uplifting people. Maybe to just add on that, I started helping young people, being passionate about helping young people at a very young age. I think around 2005, I started working for loveLife.
All right.
That is a youth organization that ensures that young people were aware of what HIV is, how can you prevent yourself from getting HIV. We spoke of programs such as motivation, teenage pregnancy. I was a facilitator there for like 7 years. I was working with young people.
Like you passionate about
Passionately, bro.
like youngsters.
Passionately, bro. Even now, I'm unemployed, but I still have programs that I take from my side. Then I draft them and I send them to people who are responsible for those programs.
Okay.
So whether they implement them or not, but I give them because I'm passionate about it. I always have ideas. I sit around with young people. I know what they want. So if there's a way that we can try and get them what they want, I will obviously take that. I don't need to get paid for it because it's something I'm passionate about.
I think like they don't understand one thing. They need to take any advantage to use you because I mean like you willing like to help them, so they have to take an advantage to come and talk to you about like everything.
It's actually very funny that even today, I still get calls seeking assistance from me. And when you cannot say, I cannot assist you because I'm no longer employed.
Yeah.
You cannot do that. You have the answers, give people the answers, that's what they want.
It's like you already been in that sector, for a while, so
why not? One other thing, I'm well known as Dhoo, which is my nickname.
Okay.
Yeah, we will get to how I got that name at a later stage, but that name was not the name that I chose. It was a nickname, and obviously, when you don't like something, it sticks.
How it come about?
Because apparently there's a guy, now that we're getting into it, there's a guy who said to do Milo.
Okay.
Milo went to visit a job in Zabubone, and then when he came back, what came out, there's a guy who looks exactly like me. A Jose Chablan, Bambiza Wodo. And I was like, I'm the only one who looks like this.
Okay.
But in actually, you should find out how he even speaks like you. And I was like, so I couldn't go hey, do because we're not going to find something.
Oh,
So that's how I got the name Dhoo, that's tag. Okay. So I thought to myself, let me make a brand out of it. So basically, people know the brand, which is Dhoo. Yeah? And they know for a fact this brand has information and intel that we actually need to better our living standards. So the people will not stop calling me. So it doesn't matter to me whether I'm getting paid for it or I'm not getting paid for it. But the fact is, if I have information, I will give you information.
Yeah.
I'm so never intimidated by giving someone else information. Because one of the key things that happens, especially in officials of the government, the officials, they're employed, they've got their KPIs and KPIs in terms of what they need to be doing. But at times when they find somebody who has more information than them or somebody who is as vocal as I am, they feel intimidated thinking that, I'm touching students or I'm doing whatnot. But they forget one thing, that it's not even about that, but it's about ensuring ukuthi wena as an official, umsebenzi wakho uyawushaya uba perfect. But you cannot be perfect with one. No man is an island. You need abanye information to assist you. Hence the reason why I'm saying I have made my name a brand, because I've got people, I'm content as us. But I can come and say, how do I do this? How can we go around doing this? And then we sit down and discuss that. That is the strategy I learned when I was still working for loveLife. I was facilitating and teaching in debate. I high schools that I would take kids, they were fully how to debate using the world debate style. Now, in the life of the Lapomuti, when you argue with a person, you don't argue for the sake of arguing, but you argue for the sake of absorbing the information you don't have, they have. Because you might have information, and then when I ask you a question, you just answer that and then you pass. But if you answer me and I still argue, Uguti, your answer is not good enough, Are you aware what you are going to do?
Elaborate more.
Exactly. The more you elaborate, the more information I get.
Yeah.
I mean, I will argue with you even if you are right. I will argue.
Yeah.
And tell you, no, you are not correct. You are very wrong. This is what I know. This is what I know. This is what I know. And you will see or feel the need to prove me wrong. And then you are schooling me like that.
Yeah, true.
Basically. Which is why you find Uguti, even the English that I speak, it's not like I'm trying to be somebody who's better or somebody who's fluent and stuff like that. No, I'm self-taught.
Yeah, all right.
I'm self-taught. You have never went to a white school?
No private school, no
motivational
school.
No motivational school.
You've been in a
class. But I told myself one thing I know, Uguti, I cannot be seen as somebody different from Ingarehabe.
Yeah.
I mean, the education system here in South Africa. So why me that me less privileged just because I didn't go to a white modern school?
This thing, my class, right? I guess this thing it's all about class. It's something that dividing us. You know, you are better when you went this kind of type of school. You are not better when you're not So those things, it's for them actually. But then let's come to the point whereby you're still working with the loveLife. Like, uhamba nama-debates izinto ozenzayo. Ama-program lawo enanwenza ne-loveLife. Wayenayiphi impact more special kuma-community or kwi-youth yangaleso sikhathi ne-youth esingayicompare ukuthi ile generation yanamhlanje le esinayo ukuthi lawo ma-program ngoba ngasekho manje or lawa khona imuphi umehluko sokhona manje?
That's actually a very good question. I've never been asked that question, funny enough. Anyway, the problems that we had, it was HIV awareness campaign because that's what loveLife was all about.
Okay.
So the information about HIV and AIDS was out there. The information about teenage pregnancy, the contraceptives to use in order for you not to get pregnant, the contraceptives you need to use in order for you not to be infected by HIV. Because the tagline that we used to do was, we are all HIV affected, not infected.
Yeah.
The reason why we say affected is because there is somebody you might know who is already HIV positive, and then that person maybe is your friend or your sibling or a colleague of yours. So you need to be aware, what are the do's and don'ts when I'm with that person in order for me not to get infected. So information was there at that particular time. That's why you find, if you can compare a decade or two back, the HIV status amongst young people and also the teenage pregnancies in school, you'll find it is escalated way above standard. Because there are no programs within school that ensures that our kids are given access to this information. They have that as a subject, like orientation.
Oh, yeah.
But what I can tell you from experience is that if a teacher, an educator, an adult that I am, will go and speak to those kids in school, they will still feel intimidated. They will not have freedom to ask all the questions that they want to ask. That's the reason why the strategy of loveLife worked back then, because it was a young person addressing the issues of young people.
True that. I still remember we used to interact about like a lot of things.
Exactly.
We used to be open to talk about all of this kind of type of stuff. But how could you ask him like, or her, yes, love. But when it's just like almost like abandoning another, okay, now it's all.
So there were other programs after loveLife in our programs, because like I said, it was a debate, it was a motivation, it was what was this other one? It's healthy sexuality. It was a program. Now was Kuluma ovulation circle, food samantombazane, asafu, okay, this is what happens in order for you to ovulate. So information was there. So Baz the Babon let to and EI decreased number of teenage pregnancies and HIV status among people. There were programs from UDSD, which was called Ima Super Thriller Youth Pioneering Program. And I was lucky enough to be hired again on that program. I represented Mpumalanga on the nationals. I remember we were in NL Springs. All 9 provinces were there, and I still came up top, and I represented the whole country in that program. Now, unfortunately, I only stayed for 2 months in that program. I only stayed for 2 months in that program.
But at least you were there.
Yeah, because I remember he was even televised. I was on TV. It was SABC3 on the news.
That was the first time.
Yeah, that was my first time
national
on national TV, and I was like, this is very nice.
Wow.
In as much as it was a very short clip, less than a minute, but it was an achievement.
Yeah, it means a lot.
So you could tell which those programs were a need because there were many after that. But now everything has went back. Even loveLife itself is now focusing on sports. Sports alone cannot do much. But I feel Uguti, if our government can use the subject, the life orientation that was used very before, to have youth pioneering programs. Let the young people speak to young people about the truth. Because we are lying to each other, like the issue of drugs. Then nobody wants to speak about the issue of drugs. When you see somebody using drugs, you're like, that useless person. But you do not really get to the gist of the matter. What drove the person there? And how can the person help themselves get out of the drugs? I cannot do that. I'm an adult now. I cannot go to these young people and ask them questions. They'll think I'm judging them. Exactly. But if who is capacitated, we have capacity to capacitate them so that they can go speak to their own age group. So that's what needs to happen. That's the only solution that our country is currently missing.
If we want to talk about that point, those kind of type of programs, it's supposed to come from the government, or it's something that we can, actually initiate from like on our neighborhood, like our township, is in the seasons Latina zone, is in like so umphakathi ngoba sesibona ukuthi phela sehlulekile manje la, like bawuvans ba all over siyaqekezelwa, impompi ziyaphuka inani yabo, they nje kuningi. So like ngaba yinto kanjani ama program kanjalo angaqalwa yini umphakathi, or kumele silinde ukuthi uhulumeni government azizele nawo?
Okay, what's this guy about now?
Okay,
right. Before we do what he says, let me just answer this last one. It's a very profound question. I need to commend you on that one. That's a very thoughtful question. Now, to answer that one, it's very simple. We cannot believe in over handouts. We cannot expect government to do everything for us. You see, we've got ourselves as communities. What we need to do as communities is to come together and be solution providers than problem bringers. The reason why I'm saying this is because even when it comes to the issues of crime, each and every street can have a street committee to ensure we try and decrease the level of crime. We as the community can open the NGOs, the NPOs, seek funds and deliver those programs. We don't have to wait on government. It is on us. These are our kids that are dying on the streets. So if we are going to sit back and say, no, my kid is going to be saved by Jesus, or my kid is going to be saved by the government, then I'm saying I am not a parent. So it has to start with us as people in our communities. Let us in our small communities have those programs. You don't need fancy venues. You need a corner. Wherever they stay. Let's have a program. Let's come together. See by 6 years, see by 7 years. See donations in years. You know, young people are more inclined to listen to you when they have something to eat. You know, like I said, peers. Let it be people their age, so that they're free to speak about these issues. And then while they speak of those issues, and it's a full chest out, there has to be somebody taking notes. We look at the common denominators who are individuals as criminal, and then we've got because the common that's where we start.
Okay. All right. Now we will be back. We're gonna just take a short break. And then Sbonelo.
All right.
Please stay tuned with us. We're back again with a fascinating topic. I hope you're still enjoying the topic is now Dhoo, Mr. Luvuno. Another thing engizothanda ukuthi ngicele ukuthi we have like a lot of people abasibukelayo but into abangayenzi subscribe. But please guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, consider to subscribe. That's very important. Ubaluleke ngani kuzosiza ukuthi i-channel ikhule, le conversation esiba nawo now and then azokwazi ukuthi athole na abanye abantu abawadinga okwangempela. So we're going to back to ingxoxo yethu esinayo. We're talking about our programs, right?
Yeah.
Just to conclude up before siqhubeka. Singabashinje with hanging like that. Like, what's your take on that?
Yeah, like I was saying, what needs to happen is that our communities, we as members of the community, with the information that we have, we need to take that information back to the community. You know, you might typically call it a skills transfer kind of a program, whereby I take the information that I have and have a smaller group of young people who are willing to have that information, exchange that information with them so that they go and exchange it with their peers, because it's easier for them to engage and interact when they are of the same age. You know, one of the most beautiful things that happens when you speak to your peers is the fact that you can ask any question without, you know, being terrified or without feeling like you are going to be judged. Not because I'm like, dude, why are you changing? But if the way Hotman and other things are shooting, Hotman and Jimmy, but it's easier. It's very secret, just like that. So, in that way, it means so Puma. Our programs can be built from that because, like I said earlier on, when I alluded to this fact, somebody has to be taking notes or even recording those sessions so that we come back, we sit together, and we find which is the common challenge that they are having. So that we start directly to attacking the exact entry level that takes them to a matrix. And of course, we cannot do that alone. In as much as it is our responsibility as the society, but we need to go out with the information and go straight to the experts, because they are experts for everything. There are people who get paid each and every month to be doing such programs. So we take those programs, we assist them, we don't judge them. We're not saying they're not doing enough. We are saying we are here to help, we want to help, and you can use us at any given point in time. Because we've got experience. I mean, I've been working with young people for more than 15 years. Well, I think the experience is that.
It's been a very long time.
Very long time.
Yeah, we have like a lot of skill now.
Hey, Boti. Kube skills siyadayiswa ngabe ngiyasidayisa manje lesinaso.
And into eningi ngibuke emphakathini yangakithi ukuthi if in your household, right, there is nobody who's in drugs or maybe even alcohol, you know, we don't like alcohol. Alcohol, it's another thing, a serious food. But ngokuthi youth eningi seyinikele edakamizweni yikho ngazathi sifocus too much kuma drugs. Even kwimphakathi yangakithi khona abantu they are in powers or in a right position ukuthi they can make things happen. You understand? For those people abababuka struggling, you know. But those people bayenzani bayibekela bona bahlehlele emuva and abayingeneli lezi zinto lezi. Now siyabanxusa ukuthi if wazi ukuthi imuphi umnyango right for ukuthi abantu besizakale, you are there as like a member yomphakathi ukuthi nawe udlala indima la ungayidlala khona, right? Okay, true. Yeah, I think yonke imphakathi except wena la uphuma khona, except la uphuma khona, la siphuma khona, wonke umphakathi bengaqala lama program lawo, because I mean ama-drugs they are all over. Exactly. And into vele nje ingathini konje bayibiza ngani ngesizulu into enkinga kakhulu ingwadla or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, it's something like that. So yeah. So let's come back to you. As like a prominent person, you've been through all these departments and different phases in your life. Kuningi izinto zenzayo maybe behind the scene esingazazi. Ngabe mhlambe iziphi ezinye zezinto obhizi ngazo nje life?
Oh, I think busy ngazo life. I'm busy with life itself, man. I'm busy with life itself. I have a whole lot of activities that I do. maybe to name a few nje, I'm a program director. Phecelezi lento banibiza kudala nithi MC. Like MC stands for Master of Ceremony. And then I feel the masters of ceremonies are the actual people who are there at the event, the people that hire you to come and give their program direction. That's why I call myself a program director as opposed to the MC. You know, when you are getting married, when you call me to come and direct your program, you are the MC. Because you are the master, we are there because of you. I cannot be the master. You know, so that's what I do. That's what I do mostly. I am a program director for any kind of event. Be it somebody is graduating, I do that, I am there. Most recently, which is like 2 weeks back, if not 3 weeks back, there were ESCOM awards, ESCOM Managerial Awards for long service and excellence.
Wow.
I was hired there as an MC. You know, I may not know much about, ESCOM, but when you are called up to and say, come and give this program direction, you need to do your research. You need to know about ESCOM, the ins and outs of ESCOM, who's who in the zoo, so that you speak of something that you know of. One of the mistakes that you don't do as a program director is to just go there and read the program as it is. I mean, anybody can do that. You need to ensure that people are feeling the vibe. People need to be happy. People need to be laughing once in a while. You know, you cannot be all serious. You know, you cannot be too playful at the same time. So you see, the levels, it depends. You need to distinguish the kind of a program that you are called for. Like I said, for a graduation, you need to be fully aware of the faculties that are there in the Department of Higher Institutions, so that when they speak of their qualifications that they already got, you've got a picture of what they're talking about. To relate, you have to be a relatable person. That's a very good word to use. For instance, we've got the gospel event that's taking place in August. It's an annual event for gospel. I'm always an MC there, doing gospel. But in order for me to be relatable to the society of Christianity, if I may call it, I need to be in their shoes. I need to be in a position of understanding their language and speak their language. I have to speak their language. I have to be a pastor at that time. And not a fake pastor, but you need to know your story. When you quote a Bible verse, you need to know where that Bible verse is, and you need to ensure that you're quoting a relevant one according to the situation or the next speaker that you are going to quote. So that's what I do. I also then, like I said, Brian, I do live. My recent hobby, which has always been my hobby, I will not call myself a DJ. I go by the name Selector Sauce. When I'm on the ones and twos, I play music. I play soulful and R&B. So soulful music and R&B. That's what I specialize in. The reason why I decided... Oh, sorry. You were...
like that kind of type of music, where do you play?
Exactly. Very good question. You see, there's this theme or an tagline that says Sundays are for lovers. That's what started the outburst. And when it started out kuma indawo lesifana naboJobe nje yabona. Mawuthi uyabheka kuma KZN nobody shale the Sundays are for lovers, they play soulful music, but eKaslami it was not there, man. Lento le beshoda man uthi ayikho lento.
So you decided to bring it here.
I decided to bring it here. Reason being, well, I've always been a soul and R&B lover, bro. I have loads of music on my laptop. I have loads of music. So I was like, no, let me share the music with the people. So the reason why I'm saying I do not want to be associated with the DJs, because I'm not a disc jockey. I don't do discs. I only take USBs and compile beautiful music that people relate to.
There's a lot of people who love that kind of type of music, right?
Yeah.
It might happen someone who's watching now and they'll be like, oh, this guy is talking about this kind of type of music. Can you book him? Is it possible that I can book you just to come and play this music? I am available for bookings. I mean, I've done places like Ibethal, Mzinoni. I've been to Mzinoni. I was booked there, I think about 2 months back, because basically this music playing Selector Sauce thing, it started end of September last year. I just woke up and decided, you know what, I can do this. Let me go buy my VSPs, compile my music so that it's proper. So yeah, I've been to Mzinoni. I've been to a scrapyard in Newcastle. I've been to a scrapyard, and
I performed there, guy won, and fortunately enough, they were impressed with what I do. So I've got a year calendar, each and every soul and R&B event that's going to be happening throughout the year. I'm already booked for like throughout the year.
Wow.
So
you already have a slot.
You know, starting May 28th, Zamanje, May 28th May is the soul and R&B. I'll be playing alongside Umsizi Shembe, you know. So one of the big names that I'm going to be playing with is my soul and R&B. I've also been to Witbank. And I have not really played in Witbank, but I went there for observation because, you know, benchmarking is key.
Yeah.
You know, and then while I was benchmarking, I was able to make some connections. Soon I'll be playing a news cafe in Witbank. I'll announce the date when they actually give me the date, but we're in the process of making those bookings.
But so, they can follow you on your social media.
You can follow me on my social media platforms. On Facebook, Sbonelo Luvuno, Sbonelo without an I, Sbonelo Luvuno. That's me on Facebook. And then on Twitter, I'm Dosos, DHOOSAUCE, Dosos. That's me on Twitter. And then that's also me on TikTok. You can just search for @Dosos.
You also have a TikTok?
I have TikTok, dude.
What are you doing on the TikTok, bro?
Dude, I do everything. I'm doing live.
These guys all over the place, bro.
I've got a TikTok account. I've got a big follower also. I'm approaching about 2K followers now. And I know they're gonna grow more because what grows your followers basically is the content. So if you stick to one content and you give people what they want, people are more inclined to follow you than chopping and changing. Then people get confused. So that's me. Dosos also on TikTok and then on IG. Obviously, I will be here on IG. I'm also Dosos on Instagram. You can also search me by my name, Sbonelo Tobo, and then you'll find Dosos Uda. Which other social media platform do we have then?
And I think you
LinkedIn is for my professional side. We can forget that one.
So I think you cover them all.
Yeah, and my WhatsApp number is out there. I mean, my phone number is 078-571-2761. Everybody has that number. If you don't have that number, you are not willing to be a progressive individual. So I tell you now, you need that number to make your life better.
So you're willing to share your number, your personal number with a lot of people.
My personal number, bro. Okay, with the world in actual fact. Because they need that number. They need more than I do.
All right.
You can also get me on my email. My email address is Sbonelesihle, one word, Sbonelesihle. Okay. It means good example. So it's like Sbonelesihle@gmail.com. Because that's what I am. Sbonelesihle, bro. You know who's ukuthi makhona umuntu olenkinga nami usho yena ukuthi akana inkinga naye yini because mina ube lenkinga nawe uqobo uzibe lenkinga nawe mina ngaze ngaba nanxa with anyone bro. I'm like I'm outgoing, I'm out and open.
So yeah. Like as in like you're a social media person like this.
Yeah. I
know at some point people will just talk whatever they like on social media. There is anything maybe now before
social media, there's a very thin line with social media, a thin line of life. Social media can make you today, it can break you tomorrow. So with social media, you need to be very careful. Now, a whole lot of things, bad things has been said about me. A lot, dude, a lot. If I was weak, I would have committed suicide ages ago. Because a lot has been said. But it takes emotional intelligence for you to be able to withstand and handle all the BI shit that they may throw at you. Because isiZulu sizothi akukho la ekushuma khona kungenamlilo. And then abantu bazoyithatha bayicontextualize leyo nto into saying angeke basuke baqambele amanga noleyo nto leyikhona. But they don't have any proof of that, and social media don't need proof.
No,
I mean
you just say something they share.
Exactly. Typical example. The guy standing behind the camera, watch. Right. If afuna more followers or more gains or more likes, because people are all about likes, namhlanje. Abasuka bale anything ngegama lami. Because ukuthi bazothi Sbonelo wenze nje bese bayahlasela ngokuningi, yabona. Maybe if I might cite an example, remember the time kwakune community unrest for a very long time, like for Christ, yazi yavela nasendabeni, kugcwele amasotsha and everything. And then share everybody on social media, especially Facebook, share that amasotsha this, amasotsha that. And then I posted post day one. I was like, what's on my mind? Ngathi mina yabona indlela esishare ngayo ama-posts nama-comments amasotsha ukuthi anguphi enzani mahle enza ini masingashare ama-job opportunities ngale ndlela esishare ngayo lamasotsha lawo, we would be a better society. And I was bashed, bruh, for that. I was bashed by every Tom, Dick, and Harry. Everybody who wanted to be seen and known on social media had to ensure which we have your body insult on that post. And I was advised by numerous people that actually love me and adore me who would no, put the post down. And I was like, if I put it down, then I'm not teaching my followers anything.
Okay.
No matter how hard social media comes for you or at you, you need to withhold it, withstand it, and walk through it. That takes emotional intelligence. Right?
Yeah.
You have to calm yourself down, speak to yourself before speaking to them. Which is why all my posts, each and everything I post on social media, especially on Twitter and Facebook, is to ensure that the motive behind it, it teaches a person or two. If you can teach 2 people per day something new, something that will make them better people, then that's my achievement. That's more than an item. That's more than a salary for me.
Yeah.
So I will always have an ulterior motive. I also have a hashtag that I normally use on Facebook. Hashtag adults talk with Dhoo.
Oh yeah.
When I
guess I used to read. Like I used to I used to read even the comments about all of you.
You know one thing about that is I have never written that on that hashtag. I have never written anything at all less than 200 comments. It's not because people love it as such, but it's because people learn from it.
Yeah.
A lot. You know, I've got this, like I've said, I've been working with people in personal development, in people's development for like more than 15 years. So when you comment, I do not care whether your comment is negative or positive. I will change it into being positive. Because it's all about positivity. You can come with your jokes, I will take your joke and change it into a serious topic. Yeah. Because as people, we're not open about what we go through. But it's easier for us to post it as a joke. And with the person of my caliber and experience, I can tell you now, this is not a joke. Let us deal with this.
What about bullied?
Bullied? Of course, dude. Of course. What kind of a question is this?
No, I'm just asking.
First and foremost, before you even thought of asking me that question, dude, Mina, I was born with this defect in the status move. Umlomo is slightly on the side.
Okay.
Abazinyami yabona ikho. So obvious wonke umuntu ofuna ukuthi asifile uzosifilela phezulu kwami. So mina prior bengikhule ngibulisha blind.
Yeah.
Ngikhule ngibulisha and I will be very sensitive ngale nto lena because nama ngichoose ukuba nje yabona. I will be very sensitive. Sometimes when uzivalela endleleni ngikhala ngingakhomi ukuhlala lezinye ingane because of that. But you know, I asked myself ukuthi say how long is it going to keep happening? And one person whom I will always love, all Caesar, to overcome yonke leyo negativity there, the bullying. I-uncle lami khona nganginomunye umalume ubathi umalumdeli abegijima marathon lo. That's why namanje umthola ugijima marathon and stuff, because I take after that guy. That guy played a father figure in my life. That guy taught me everything that I know. In the 11 official languages that we have in South Africa, I understand 8 official languages and I can actually speak them. Not as fluent as such, but I can understand them. You will come and speak to me in your Setswana, I will hear every word you are saying. Wow. That guy never went to school, but he taught me 8 different languages.
Yeah.
The English that I speak, I learned from that guy.
Okay.
I learned from that guy.
Yeah.
Like this Chamali guy over here. Because of that guy. Yeah. So basically, it boils back and telling me, I believe I believe that I was born with greatness. Yeah. And as such, I will be great until I die.
I think the whole thing, the Dhoo thing, it's a calling.
You can call it that. A whole lot of people have said it's a calling. However, I'm not exactly sure what a calling is. But one thing that I know for a fact is that each and every time I kneel and pray, I am not praying to somebody who's unknown, but I am awakening the giant that is in me.
Are you a Christianity?
I'm not a Christian, I'm African. You cannot be African and Christian. But that's a topic for another day. But you cannot be African and Christian at the same time. Remember, Christianity came as a form of colony to us in Africa. But that's a discussion for another day. It's going to open a whole lot of kind of words. That's why in case being there. I'm not a Christian.
Okay.
I'm not a Christian. I'm an African, but I believe in the higher power, which is umveli
Okay.
omkhulu kakhulu ongazi.
Yeah.
The reason why nithi omkhulu kakhulu, I'm putting emphasis ukuthi but understand even the young ones, even those who never knew ukuthi the term or the word unkulunkulu does not exist. Kwakuthiwa omkhulu kakhulu. So when the Westerners came to Africa, they failed to pronounce the gama ukuthi mkhulu kakhulu. They were like mkhulu. You know ukuthi boso abawakhulu kubiza amagama ethu. So Tina, as accommodative people that we are as Africans, we accommodated them and said let's give them a word that's going to be easier for them. That's why there's a word unkulunkulu. That's where it came from. It comes from mkhulu kakhulu, the unknown. That's who I believe in. Hence the reason why earlier on I said, if I pray, I am awakening the giant that is in me.
Okay.
I'm saying, let my faith be the things that I live by, be the things that I do. Because you cannot just pray and sit back and do nothing and expect a miracle. There are no miracles in life.
Yeah.
You pray and then you go hustle for what you prayed for. So basically, when you go hustle for what you prayed for, what are you doing? You are saying, I cannot fail myself because I made this promise.
Now I got you.
See? That's me.
I got you. Like, abantu ababukela kwenu, imaphi amazwi ungafisa ukwashare nje, like Dhoo, I'm looking up to him, he's like my role model, like abantu abafana nalabo ungabapha maphi amazwi?
Amazwi maningi mfethu. Someone once said, words are everything, but they cannot buy anything. And in the current status quo that we live in, people are looking for something that's going to make them money, not words. We don't need motivational words. Motivational words, they're just words. They're not going to bring anything. So, if I am to give people words, I am saying to people, be you.
Okay.
Do you.
Yeah.
You know, omnandi kakhulu ngokuthi ube wena and never deviate from being wena. Noma ngathiwa abantu abakuthandi ngayiphi indlela, ne? Ukuthi you get to make your own mistakes. You make your own mistakes. After making them, you own up to them.
Yeah.
After owning up to them, you come up with resolutions to ensure that you do not repeat them. Because repeating one mistake over and over again, it simply renders you as an idiot. And nobody wants to be an idiot. So if you do you will never go wrong. You might not like me as Dhoo, but there are others who like me as Dhoo. But you can never imitate me. You cannot be me. Take what's good from me, implement it if it works for you. But in everything you do, let it be you. Originally you. Like I said, there's a lot of things that I do. But I'm learning. This is what so it doesn't necessarily mean how moves or what can I do. I mean, even from social media, we're learning every day.
Yeah.
Now, there's this guy who be parat. Everybody wishes with but the fact of the matter is he cannot reach out to each and every So Tina, intimacy, understand, which I would like out there, you know, in our society. The moment siqala appreciate who we are and what we are capable of, that is the starting point of changing your life for the better. Because then you are envious. If Ubani can do this, now I can do this. That's just stupidity. That's stupidity. Congratulate on achievement because it's cut sake. And you would like us to congratulate you when you achieve something, right? So why can't you do the same to the next person? Why wouldn't you see a need yokuthi Usman Ban seka ne trans Usman Ban seka spana grand imina kawathengile mara be smart na esikolweni so uyahamba utshela ugogo wakho for what?
Like who's like your role models? Like when about influencer or influence you follow from book, like it motivates her, like who you looking up to?
Emfethu khona lo munye umjida wangale kodandi. It's Dr. Omar. Okay. Lo yamjida lo yana ekufunde kakhulu mfethu. Yabona, one of the reasons why I always say the education system yayikade ilethelwe ama-Africans ukuthi angeze excel to the best of their ability. So kwamele basichanele ukuthi no, lo akaspecialize kuloku, afunde loku, azokwenza loku. And the education system yenza sure ukuthi iyasitraina ukuthi sibe ama-employees but not employers. Tina, we've got massive skills, bruh, but we do not put them to practice until somebody hires us to do that. And then remember, when somebody hires you to do something, they make more money than you.
Yeah.
Because of the education system. Nobody wants to sleep in his katsake at SS. Konja miyawazi mina ukhanda ama-generator. Akhanda i-generator yakhe aqeda yoyidayisela itoro lezinkulu abomyikha abadayisa ama-generator. No. You will not do that because abazali bakho will never support that. Bazothanda scale.
Yeah.
The society will never accept that. Bazothanda scale.
And obey expect.
Exactly. Honestly,
yeah. And you'll be working for those big companies.
Manje mawungathi kufika engineer la sefika iyakhuluma. Mina ngisarelate kule engineer because ukhuluma engineering language. Right? Mara, in all truth and honesty, when he does the engineering work that he does, I can actually show him a thing or two. Mara ngoba nangu ngamaja ngama-commercial subject, legal business management and marketing. Marketing. That's just another PS. And you discover times in the band. That's the reason why earlier on I said to you, even if you have to undergo academics, Mara, do not go for something or you want to go for something that you are passionate about.
You say the person that you're looking up to, it's Dr. Omar.
Yeah.
It's like a professional.
Long Chitaro, if I'm not mistaken, he's a psychologist, right? Okay. Yeah, by profession. Now that guy, according to me, my observation of him, the reason why I idolize him this much, Uguti, as I'm a education yake, as a superior because doctor as a mistake. Okay. Ne? So it was more of showing us as Africans, we would say everything is achievable, is obtainable only if you want to, but it should not change the person that you are. Yeah. That guy speaks facts over everything. He's recently spoke facts over the arrest of Bill Cosby. He spoke facts over our arrest of Arkane. He spoke facts over our death, Baga Michael Jackson. I mean, Lomshitalo has facts in it. And his facts are authentic because academically, according to him. So that's what actually inspires me, Uguti, even Namaj. Like I said, Timon is introduced and my first diploma. I think you heard that.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, currently working on my second one. Finishing next month, I'll be finishing my second diploma in public management. And then from there, I'm going for a master's.
Okay.
You know, until I change my name into a doctor, not a minister, I feel like people will not understand what I'm trying to tell them. I'm trying to tell people to emancipate themselves from mental slavery. Education system, being academically qualified doesn't make you better than the person who's never been to school. But being you will always make you better than the next person. That's the message I'm trying to preach.
I mean, like, fights always like have like those bigger dreams.
Exactly.
I mean, like, while you're talking about dreams, what is your dream?
My dream. My dream is to fly over the rainbow. So high. No, man. My dream is simple. Martin Luther had his dream, right? My dream is very simple. If I can see a black child being able to fend for themselves and not having to beg somebody else, definitely.
Sisasebule kule ngxoxo yethu. Ngiyathemba ukuthi abantu abaningi bafundile 1 or 2 or more. I hope ukuthi nangelinye ilanga maybe solithola ithuba elifana nalo leli siphinde futhi sizo-share nabo esingakwazi ukuthi sibasharele. Amazwi akho okugcina before sivala mhlampe ungathanda ukuthini?
Amazwi okugcina amagugu alelizwe azosala emathuneni. Lo mbhalo lo wangifundisa okuningi. Wangifundisa ukuthi do not die with the information you wish you had shared with people so that their lives can be better. So mina ngifisa ukuthi ngibe ile gugu leli elingasalanga emathuneni, but ngibe ile gugu leli who will live forever. Yabona leyo nto leyo ukuthi makuthiwa nje kukhulunywa ngegama ukuthi uDosos Sbonelo Ngcobo Sbonelo Luvuno uthiwe hey that guy once said, that guy once did this. Mangabe kuzoqhamuka ingane yami seningasekho mina emhlabeni ikhawathenga ingane yami, I need ukuthi kube khona somebody uzothi ingane Sbonelo ngayenza kanje.
Alright.
Yabo and show ukuthi lo uhlanganisa whatever angahlanganisa ukuze ingane yami ibe right, because that's what I want for each and every African child. Yabo
I think umbuzo wami lokade ethi ufuna ukubuza ucoverekile ukuthi ade ufisa ukukhumbulwa ngani mongasekho. I think icoverishe konke lokho. Man, it was like I don't know what to say, but it's just stunning me. You know, every effects the conversation that we had. It's what can I say? It's outstanding. It's marvelous. Oh, it's you know, it's like I really enjoy being with you, man. Being my guest and Sis Vala, you know, please guys, make sure that you comment below and you share this as much as like you can. Please spread the word, you know. Sbonelo, it's like, you know what? And comment, share.
I will also be interacting on the comments. You know, when somebody has questions, they can ask those questions. I will reply. I will reply
like
on your channel.
Yeah, because I think if like it's possible, we're gonna even share. You know.
Yeah. Exactly.
My name is T to the P, yes, Monarch the Apostle CEO himself. We're signing out.
Peace out.